Greetings, everyone. Today is Rosh Chodesh Shavat, the first day of the Hebrew month of Shavat. In ancient times, Rosh Chodesh, the new moon, was a women's festival. And back in the 1980s, when the Jewish feminist movement was first coming into its own, a group of women in Minneapolis decided they would have a Rosh Chodesh retreat. The plan was to rent a place out in the country, and they would celebrate the Sabbath together. And then Saturday night after dark, they would all go out and see the beautiful new moon. Well, it didn't work out quite like that because they went outside and it was totally dark. There was no moon. Because the new moon is the dark of the moon. It's the full moon that's in the sky in the middle of the night. Well, the woman who told me this story said that this sparked a whole conversation about how out of tune they were with the night sky and the phases of the moon and how this worked. And you can't really blame them because in the large cities, the light pollution is so bad. It has been estimated that as much as 40 to 50% of the Earth's population has never seen a clear night sky. Think about that. They've never seen the sky the way Abraham saw it, or way our ancestors might have seen it 100 years ago. And in some of the big cities, the light pollution is so bad that that percentage may be 95% or more have never seen a clear night sky. And as you can see, there's very few dark places on this planet. I'm very lucky to live in a dark sky place up here in northern Minnesota. This little map shows you the approximate location of where I live. And this is the outside of my house on the fourth night of Hanukkah at the dark of the moon. With the house lights off and the yard lights off, this is how dark it is. At the top of the picture, you see a light in the upstairs window where there's an electric menorah. On the left, you see some reflections off of the metal railing. And on the right, you see my menorah that I made out of mason jars because that works well for the candles not to blow out. When we read in the Torah that God told Abraham that his descendants would be as numerous as the stars, he was out in the wilderness, there was no light pollution, and he could see maybe 3,000 to 4,000 stars plus the Milky Way. My first experience with that, I grew up in Philadelphia, so my first experience with the dark night sky was in summer camp, and we would go in August, and that's when the Perseid meteor showers are, so if it was a clear night, we'd all take our sleeping bags out and lie under the stars and watch for meteors. But I didn't get to see a complete 360-degree horizon of sky like Abraham saw until many years later during a road trip across South Dakota. And we camped in the South Dakota Badlands. And that was when I first understood what it must have been like for Abraham. And as the woman who told me about that Rosh Chodesh retreat said, we've gotten out of touch with this. And in many cases, people aren't even interested. I had someone tell me not too long ago, an Orthodox guy, he had gone on a retreat with some other guys up into the Catskill Mountains for the Sabbath, and he was the only one who wanted to go outside and look at the night sky. Nobody else was interested. To them, God lived in a book. Go out and look at nature. That's a waste of time, they thought. But it's not a waste of time. And this is the reason, too, that we need to preserve dark sky wildernesses, places where not only are we saving the environment for the animals and plants and other things that live in that area, we are also saving it to be able to see a night sky like Abraham saw